Hi, I'm recording this while laying down because I literally just finished washing my hair. It's like probably a little bit past midnight. It's probably almost 1. I don't have my watch on. I don't know what time it is, y'all. But I just finished washing my hair. I'm gonna pull a late nighter to do my hair so I can shoot some self-portraits tomorrow. That's what's happening with this creative retreat of a weekend. It's been a good time. So while I was in the shower, I was listening to Trevor Noah's podcast episode with Dulce. It was such a good time. It was such a good time. Like, obviously, like, I've seen her um, stand up, and I've seen her, like, just different, conversations that she's had. Well, no, her sets on stage. This is my first time seeing a conversation, like a candid conversation off stage that is more about like life and just like how she thinks about life, how she experiences the world as a black woman, as a Christian black woman, as a plus size Christian black woman, as a single plus size Christian black woman. Do you see where we're going with this? And so it was just very interesting to get her perspective on life and the things that she aspires towards, and what success means for her as a woman. Like, there's this expectation in society of like, there's no way that you're happy with your life because you like X and you like Y and you like Z, and it's like, how you gonna tell me whether I'm happy with my life or not? And also, who made the rules? And also, who gave you permission to tell me whether or not I'm satisfied with where I am in my life? And so she talks about that. Like, there can be like an internal struggle of like, these are the things that I want, but these are the things that society tells me that I need to have, especially as a successful woman. And so I found it very interesting that like she recognizes her success, and she stands in her power and all the amazing things that she does, and like she dates and pursues relationships from that like self-knowing, but also like she truly desires certain things, and she doesn't feel like a failure because she lacks them, but like the desire for these things while being a successful woman who is about her business makes the thing feel impossible. Y'all know I don't like to beat around the bush, but I'm really trying to like wrap my head around what she was saying. So basically, one of the major things, I mean, you've seen Dulce. Like, Dulce, she's a hot gal. Like, she's so beautiful and she's intelligent. I love the way her brain works, all the way she speaks. Like, she's one of those black women that I'm just like, how do you do it? Because it's just kind of like, yes, 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 yes. Like, stand in your power, stand in your truth, be confident, talk your shit. Like, you know what I mean? And to see someone of her caliber talking about how she'll find herself in situations where oftentimes as women, ambitious women are expected to compromise. And it's funny, oh my gosh, I was gonna make another video about Issa as well. Maybe I'll make it tomorrow. But that's another ambitious woman that feels like it has to be a compromise. It feels like, oh, you want that? Well, you have to give this up. And it's like, why can't I have my cake and eat it too? You know what I mean? So Dulce talks about how, one of her struggles in dating is that as a comic, she travels a lot for work. And so when she is in certain situations, her partners are like, but you, and it's like, girl, like, I don't get in your way of you and your work and what you do, and I support you, and I try to show up for you. Why is it when I'm doing the thing, it becomes like a tension there, It's like a part of the larger conversation of like women Like, women have to suffer at the altar of love and marriage and desire and career and success and beauty and all of the things. And it's like, what are you willing to compromise on? What are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to give up? And this is a conversation that has been, it's so funny because it's like literally been present in my friendships. And by the way, I love this because like I'm making these daily videos literally based on conversations that I'm already having with my friends. And then it's like the podcast that I'm listening to is like, so it's just like all around affirmed that like, wait, no, this is definitely a larger conversation happening in the zeitgeist. It's present in my life currently, but also it's a larger conversation. Like I am an ambitious woman, and I want a lot of things. I want to live a soft life. I have to live a good life. I have to rise above. I have to own. I have to have something to my name. Nobody in my family has anything to their name. Nobody in my family has risen to a certain level, has aspired enough to do crazy things. And I want to bet on myself just a little bit. I want to see how good it can get. And I don't even have to have everything in the world. That's not what I aspire towards. I want to have my things that are meant for me. I want to have my things that are meant for me. I want to have the house that is meant for me. I want to have the career that is meant for me. I want to have the friends that are meant for me. I want to have the experiences that I'm supposed to have. I don't care about other people's stuff. I don't envy other people's stuff. I'm not jealous of other people. I don't, because you don't know how people get their stuff. And so ridiculousness is on TV. Oh gosh, I don't want to get distracted. That was so stupid. It's like gym videos. Anyways, I I want the things that I want to have. And I don't want a lot. I want to live a good life in a beautiful home and a life that feels meaningful, that's joyous, that is at peace, surrounded by community, surrounded by good people, and just to kind of like see another ambitious black woman talking about it, but also her struggles with dating, because it's like, you realize that like you have to compromise eventually. It becomes a conversation. What are you willing to give up? And so that thing that you know that you're working towards, are you willing to give it up? You have to sacrifice something. You cannot have the beauty, the career, the relationship, the friendships, the community, the purposeful life. You have to sacrifice something, and I don't want to sacrifice any of it. I want it all, and I deserve it all, and I'm gonna have it all. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. And I don't want to talk about my dating stuff, but this, I feel like it's something I want to come back to, but it's just like, that's something that comes up, and it's like, I'm literally at the start of my career, and you're already asking me to compromise what? I don't have anything to compromise. It's different if I'm like at the top of the stuff, and you're like, you need to stop what you're doing and start popping kids for me. That's different, girl. I don't got nothing. I'm doing the best that I can with what I got. What do you want from me? And so I don't want to go into dating and relationships. I don't want to go into it. Eventually, I would definitely love to have candid conversations about that. Just not right now, because I definitely I wanted to answer the prompt that Trevor asked Dulce, that he asked most of the guests. He'll say, like, if there was like a magic wand that that you're able to wave and you get it all tomorrow, what does your life look like? And I wanted to answer that. That's the whole point of getting here. I wanted to answer that. Okay, so if a magic wand is waved, and I paused the episode so I could answer it, and I want to record this. I do these for me. I want to record this so that I can have this response, to look back on, and to see how far it comes along. Do these things come to pass? Okay. Magic wand. Everything tomorrow? Everything tomorrow. Okay. Everything I want. And that will give you an idea of what I desire. It'll give you a clear idea of the life that I desire. Um, I'm living in Haiti. I'm living in Haiti. I don't know that I want to live in Port-au-Prince. I think for for proximity to the capital, I would want to live maybe 45-ish minutes outside of the capital, like literally in a different town, just so that it's like easy to drive in. But other than that, I'm thinking maybe Okap or something, so it's just kind of like easy access for international flights, because I want to have two homes, one in which I do all of the artist retreats and we host a residency and we host people, and then a second home that is like our home. That's what I want, because I don't want people in my house, but I want people around, just not in my house. Social introvert, yeah. Eldest daughter who wants her own shit, yeah. But also I like to be around people, yeah. So I want two houses, husband. Stop playing with me. Get to building. As a man. As a man, you need to be born with a hammer in your hand. Build me two houses. Yeah. But yeah, I just love the beauty of the separation of both. It just makes sense for me as someone who I've always had a studio space. I've rented out two studio spaces. That's where I meet with friends. That's where I kind of like create space for collective art making, collective creativity and juices flowing. And so I would love to have a space that's like that. So the first home is like a refurbished villa situation, and it has like a bajillion rooms, and it's definitely inspired by the artist residency that I've done for a couple of years now. It's like a beautiful mansion on an island somewhere, and it's like at least 12 or 13 rooms, a billion bathrooms, so many lounge areas, and I want that, but in Haiti. And that's where we host people, and maybe give me like a little boutique hotel too, like when we're not hosting stuff, but like I want to always be hosting stuff. And then there's like a gallery space that can be converted into like an event space, so like people can rent it out for like their events and stuff. Yeah. And then our home is like a cute little pathway, and you walk to the house. So my house is right there, so it's like always going back and forth between the two houses. It's kind of like literally like with how people have like their house and they have like their artist studio in the backyard, except it's just in my backyard. It's a whole mansion. Even if my house is like a tiny little shack, but it won't be. It better not be. Even if my house is like small or whatever, and then it's just like we have the residency. Okay, we have the casa. I think this is very interesting because you get an idea of what people really want, what people are really chasing in this life with that question. And that's a question that I want to start asking people. I'm gonna pause there. I don't want to share too much because I could get really, really candid, but you really get an idea of what people desire in life. And for me, I know that I really crave community. I really crave creativity. I crave doing stuff with people. I crave having my own space. So that's clear and that's evident. And that vision, like having like a space that you host people, you know? Maybe this like obviously the part of me that like misses having a studio, because I'm like, why do I always close my studios? I've had two studios now. I'm always closing them. I think I'm looking for another studio. I think. I just texted a couple people about it, like, hey, I think I'm looking for a studio because I don't want to be here. That's the reality of it. I keep closing down studios because I don't want to be here. I want to have a space in Haiti or move to Puerto Rico. Hashtag Puerto Rico 2028. I don't want to be here. So every time I find myself having, again, that creative space that I love to curate a creative space that invites idea sharing and just like leaning in, I always end up closing it because I'm like, I don't see myself really being here. But I'm here in the meantime, so why would I close it while I'm here in the meantime? Like, my brain and my body do not want to be here. So that's very interesting. And you see kind of like the theme of creativity, of creating. You see a theme of access, right? Giving access to people, mentorship, pouring into other people. This, like, again, this collective brainstorming energy, creating experiences for others. I really want to get into creating experiences for other people, uplifting others as well. There was something else too that I was going to talk about with the residency, just like community, togetherness. Yes, to the point of uplifting others, like creating opportunities for other people, spotlighting them, and also sharing my culture. Obviously, the most obvious part of it, sharing my culture with others. Like, I want to do that. Like, I literally want to spend my days making art and like traveling around Haiti and showing people our beautiful island and learning about it myself through different cities and towns and communes and things. And so, wave that magic wand, husband, build me 2 houses, happy wife, happy life. Like, like, you know? So tomorrow I wake up and I'm in my home and I'm doing my thing, and then I head out to the retreat place and I kiki with the people and we travel and we eat good food and I'm creating amazing experiences for people. And then, you know, you sprinkle in there a beautiful dinner with me and mine, and massages after long days, and life is good. Life is so good, girl. I promise you that's what I want. I promise you that's all I want. I promise you that's all I need. I promise you that's all I need. So yeah, if you wave a magic wand and everything happens tomorrow, what does it look like for you? That's about it for me. The crazy part is, like, as ambitious as I can feel sometimes, and I feel like that's a sentiment that a lot of ambitious women or come across, now with Dulce, now with Issa, and a bunch of other women that I've listened to. It's kind of like this, at the end of the day, is this feeling of settlement, this feeling of security. I'm not envying, oh my gosh, I had to go back to watching TV. I'm not envying other people's lives. I'm envying what other people have. I want my own. I want what I'm supposed to have. I want what's owed to me. I want what's owed to my ancestors, what's owed to my grandparents that they could never have. I want that security and that stability. That's all I want, girl. That's all it ever had to be. And so, yeah, I really enjoyed that podcast episode with Trevor and Dulce. And I think, oh gosh, car crashes. All right, time to change the channel because now it's triggering. Ridiculousness is ridiculous, you know? It just be ridiculous. Relax. No. Change the channel. All right, I gotta go. What do you want out of life? If you wave a magic wand and whatever you wish for happens tomorrow? What do you want? What does that look like for you? I dare you to say it out loud. I dare you to write it in the comments, to affirm it. This is what I want. This is what I desire. Because um, part of um, part of the process is actually owning it. It's actually owning that. Actually, this is really what I want. I don't think I want that. Actually, I don't desire that. I know there's an expectation. I know other people who want it. I know ambitious women who still want this and that, but I don't think that's for me. I've made it very clear what I want, and so, um, oh, what movie is that? Oh my gosh, what is this? What's it called again? Think Like a Man 2. What channel is that? All right, let me go finish the rest of Think Like a Man 2 on VH1. Okay. Um, I want what's owed to me. I want to live a beautiful, fruitful life in which I get to pour into other people and I get to share my culture with others and I get to do amazing creative work with my partner right beside me, empowering me, also me empowering him in his work that he is doing. And we're just two really, really, really dope people doing really cool, crazy shit and taking over the art world internationally while pouring into our local economy. Um, I want to have like the impact of Bad Bunny on Puerto Rico, maybe like 10% of that, like 10% of that scale. I don't know that I will ever make Haiti $400 million in revenue. Hey, if God will use me as a bridge, because he loves to use me as a bridge, I would happily lay down to be that bridge. But I want to have like 5%, even 1% of that impact of pouring into other people, creating opportunities for others, uplifting different voices, introducing others to my culture, contributing to the local economy, contributing to local communities. Um, Hell, maybe even dibble and dabble in politics. All this time I got on my hands. I might dibble and dabble in politics. Did you know that the mayor of one of the states, we call them states, well, like Eta, we call them states, like of the communes or Eta, in Haiti, is a marketing professional. She's a marketing girly. A marketing girly. She was doing her thing, working on the things, doing community work, slowly got into politics, and now she's literally a mayor. Is she a mayor or governor? I don't know which one it is. I don't know which one it is off the top of my head. And I'm like, that could be me. Because you just need the know-how. You need the business brain. You just, you know what I'm saying? And you need the passion for community work, because it's not just about running a place as a business, but you need the passion for um, empowering communities, uplifting others, really meeting the need of others. But other than that, it's not impossible. And I need to tell you about the story of how in another life I would have been a Nepo baby and I would definitely have been in politics, working in politics right now. Like in another life, if we never moved into the US, that's like the alternate reality. If we never moved to the US, we stayed in Haiti, both my parents were working in politics, um, daily access to the National Palace. I mean, like politicians coming to our house for dinner, like crazy. I would definitely be working in politics right now. I would either be in politics or on a tourism board living my best life. So I want that. That is what was taken from me. Actually, speaking of what I want tomorrow, if a magic wand was waved, I want that which was taken from me. And I know that in another life, I worked in politics and I'm making real change in Haiti. And I want that. I want to live in my country. I want to pour into my country. I want to uplift local artists. I want to have impact on the education board. I want to have impact in local communities and laws that are set. I want to be involved in politics. I don't know if I said that. I'm just going to repeat it for good measure. And I want to introduce outside people to my country, and its beautiful culture and the rich culture that we have. And then in the process, I'm uplifting them, I'm uplifting their work, I'm giving them opportunities, and I want to have a global impact while pouring into my home first. Literally at home, and then my country, and then global impact. Yeah. Yeah, sounds about right. What do you want? What do you want out of life? Say it. It's not too crazy. Name it. I dare you. Okay. Good night, y'all. I'm gonna go back to doing my hair.